Assalamualaikum, I am Talat Suhail. I welcome you all to Virtual University's program on Personality Psychology. Dear students, today is our lecture number 23rd, and in this lecture number 23rd, we are still talking about Carl Rogers' person-centered theory. We are still focusing on Carl Rogers' person-centered approach, client-centered approach, क्लाइंट सेंटर्ड थेरेपी और सेल्फ थ्योरी ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी. जनाब, लेक्चर नंबर 23 को शुरू करने से पहले लेट अस रीकैप व्हाट वी डिड इन लेक्चर नंबर 22. नाउ इन लेक्चर नंबर 22 वी वर स्टिल टॉकिंग अबाउट कार्ल रॉजर्स सेल्फ थ्योरी ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी, पर्सन सेंटर्ड थ्योरी ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी, क्लाइंट सेंटर्ड थ्योरी ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी और क्लाइंट सेंटर्ड अप्रोच ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी. ये सारे लेबल्स आपको बताने का मकसद ये है कि मुख्तलिफ किताबों में डिफरेंट लेबल्स वुड बी यूज बट दे रिप्रेजेंट कार्ल रॉजर्स कंस्ट्रक्ट रिलेटिंग टू पर्सनैलिटी, हिज कॉन्सेप्ट्स रिलेटेड टू पर्सनैलिटी एंड पर्सनैलिटी डेवलपमेंट. So let us recap what we did in lecture number 22. Dear students, in lecture number 22 we went through some of the core concepts. We discussed majority of them, and today we'll talk about those which were left over. But let us recap what we did in lecture number 22. A phenomenological theory of personality. Phenomenology is the study of the individual's subjective experience, feelings, private concepts, as well as his or her personal views of the world and self. Rogers is phenomenologist. Phenomenological theory of personality is that a person's behavior is obtained through observation of his internal frame of reference. Why an individual thinks, feels, behaves in a given way, it is necessary to know how that person perceives and interprets the world. Humanistic view puts the emphasis on the positive aspects of life, free choices and personal growth. Actualizing tendency and innate need to survive, grow and enhance one's self. And number 4, fully functioning person is Rogers' view of the good life. It is a term used by Rogers to designate individuals who are using their capacities, talents and realizing their potentials. Dear students, we are focusing on Carl Rogers' person-centered approach, और हमने ये कहा कि Carl Rogers basically is emphasizing on phenomenological approach in which the emphasis is on using the client or the person's internal frame of reference. और जब हम उसके internal frame of reference पे focus करते हैं, it is only then that we are able to understand how a person thinks, feels, behaves and acts. तो सबसे पहली चीज कि if I want to understand an individual, I've got to use his or her internal frame of reference to understand the behavior, the thinking, the action part, the feeling part of the individual. Second important thing is Rogers is emphasizing on humanistic approach. He says that individual has positive tendencies, free choices, and these positive tendencies and free choices are reflected in his growth process. Number 3, he is talking about actualizing tendency. Actualizing tendency is organism's tendency to survive, to grow and to enhance one's self. And number 4, Rogers' concept of fully functioning person or Rogers' view of good life. That is, if an individual is able to realize all the capacities, all the potentials, all the talents that one possesses. Dear students, इसके बाद हमने आपके साथ with examples रॉजर के कोर कॉन्सेप्ट्स डिस्कस किए थे. लेट्स जस्ट गो थ्रू अ लिस्ट ऑफ रॉजर्स कोर कॉन्सेप्ट्स. जनाब, हमने आपके साथ रॉजर्स का बायोग्राफिकल स्केच किया था. We went through the actualizing tendency. What is actualizing tendency? Self-concept, need for positive regard, conditions of worth, unconditional positive regard की आपसे बात की थी. उसके बाद हमने कहा था experience of threat, and when threat and anxiety is experienced by the individual, a number of defense mechanisms are used by the individual. फिर हमने आपसे fully functioning person की बात की थी, and we said that Maslow's self-actualized individual and Rogers' fully functioning individual, are they the same? Well, they are. Whether it's self-actualization concept or whether it's fully functioning person concept, they reflect the same thing. That is, when an individual is able to realize all his potentials, all his talents, all his skills, and uses them in all areas of his functioning, well, then he or she, according to Maslow, is a self-actualized individual, and according to Rogers, is a fully functioning person. Now, Rogers has also given us 5 characteristics of fully functioning individuals, such as number 1, openness to experience, number 2, experiential living, number 3, organismic trusting, number 4, experiential freedom, and number 5, creativity और psychological maturity. उसके बाद हमने रॉजर्स का व्यू टुवर्ड्स साइंस एंड रिसर्च देखा. Then we went through Rogers' concept of self and how this self concept can be measured by using the Q-sort technique. जनाब, यहाँ तक तो हमने आपके साथ in lecture number 22 we finished up till here. Now today we'll be talking about personality organization, client centered therapy. थोड़ा सी थेरेपी के ऊपर पहले भी बात की थी. उसके बाद हम बात करेंगे आपसे साइकोथेरेपी एंड गार्डनिंग. Why we are making an analogy, a similarity between psychotherapy and gardening. उसके बाद देखेंगे कि it was Carl Rogers who for the first time permitted an audio video recordings of his psychotherapy sessions. जाहिर है ये जो ऑडियो वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग्स थी इन सेशंस की, ये उसके क्लाइंट्स की परमिशन के साथ थी, विद देयर कंसेंट. और दूसरे ये ऑडियो वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग्स दे वर मेड पब्लिक टू बी यूज्ड फॉर दोज इंडिविजुअल्स हु वांटेड टू नो हाउ साइकोथेरेपी सेशन प्रोसीड्स. दूसरे वो लोग जो सीसीटी में क्लाइंट सेंटर्ड थेरेपी में ट्रेनिंग ले रहे थे, उनके लिए देखने में ये एक सेशन आसानी थी. So for the first time audio video recordings were made public and they were published as well. उसके बाद एक ऐसा कॉन्सेप्ट जो आज हम डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे, स्टूडेंट्स simply are going to love it. This is called student centered teaching. Rogers was very much bitter about the American education system. उसका ये ख्याल है कि जो अमेरिकन एजुकेशन सिस्टम है, इट इज बेस्ड ऑन फॉल्टी असम्पशंस. उसमें फोकस इस चीज के ऊपर है कि टीचर जो है वो एक अथॉरिटी फिगर है, और ये अथॉरिटी फिगर जो है ये बहुत सारा लर्निंग मटेरियल बहुत सारे बल्क में स्टूडेंट को दे देते हैं, विदाउट टेकिंग इनटू कंसिडरेशन दैट व्हाट सॉर्ट ऑफ एटमॉस्फेयर एंड एनवायरनमेंट शुड बी क्रिएटेड इन द क्लासरूम. The syllabi should focus the needs of the student, and any learning material which is according to the relevance and importance for the learner is learned faster, retained for a longer time, और उसका impact जाहिर है ज़्यादा. तो आज आपसे बात हम डिटेल में करेंगे स्टूडेंट सेंटर्ड टीचिंग की, जो कि which is an outgrowth and extension of Rogerian therapy and Rogerian concept. Then we'll summarize this theory और उसके बाद इसकी evaluation देखेंगे and we'll go through के कुछ ऐसे concepts हैं इस theory के जो कि जिस किसी ने भी नफ्सियात पढ़ी है या नहीं पढ़ी है लेकिन उसको वो concepts बहुत interesting लगते हैं और वो concept वो इस्तेमाल करने के लिए बहुत जल्दी तैयार हो जाते हैं. We'll see that there is a concept of need for positive regard, unconditional positive regard, student-centered और student-focused teaching program. ये वो concepts और constructs हैं which interest everyone, whether he or she is a student of psychology, whether he or she is studying personality psychology course or not. लेकिन ये वो concepts हैं जो उसे बहुत interesting लगते हैं and individual likes to use them in their normal everyday life. So we'll talk about them. So let us begin with today's lecture and let us begin with personality disorganization and psychopathology. Personality disorganization and psychopathology occur when the self is unable to defend against threatening experiences. Persons undergoing such disorganization are commonly tagged psychotic. They manifest behaviors which appear to an objective observer as bizarre, irrational or crazy. बात आपसे हो रही है जनाब पर्सनैलिटी डिसऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड साइकोपैथोलॉजी की और हमने ये कहा कि पर्सनैलिटी डिसऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड साइकोपैथोलॉजी occurs simply when the self is unable to defend itself against all threatening experiences. और एक ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑब्जर्वर जो है वो इन सारे एक्सपीरियंसेस को बिजार, इरेशनल, क्रेजी, आउट ऑफ टच विद रियलिटी या सिंपली वो कहेगा दिस इज साइकोटिक और इनसेन बिहेवियर. रॉजर्स पर्सन सेंटर्ड थेरेपी. It attempts to re-establish a more harmonious relationship between self-concept and the total organism and to facilitate a greater degree of congruence between the self-concept and the phenomenological field of experience. तो जनाब रॉजर्स के पास हमारे तमाम insane, psychotic या bizarre behavior का हल ये है कि he has got person centered therapy और client centered therapy. और ये client centered therapy जो है ये दो चीज़ों के ऊपर फोकस करती है. ये चाहती है कि रीस्टैब्लिश हो जाए कॉन्टैक्ट और रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन सेल्फ कॉन्सेप्ट आई, मी एंड माइन और इस आई, मी एंड माई के रिलेशनशिप स्टैब्लिश हो विद द टोटल ऑर्गेनिज्म, विद द होल इंटीग्रेटेड पर्सन. क्योंकि I, me, what it does, it becomes isolated from the other component of the personality and that leads to problem. So one has to, in person-centered therapy, self-concept has to be linked up with the total organism, with the integrated organism, with the integrated person. सो सेल्फ कॉन्सेप्ट की इंटीग्रेशन चाहिए आपकी टोटल पर्सनैलिटी के साथ और ये उस वक्त पॉसिबल होगी व्हेन आई एम ट्राइंग टू फोकस ऑन एन इंडिविजुअल एंड यूजिंग द इंडिविजुअल्स इंटरनल फ्रेम ऑफ रेफरेंस, ट्राइंग टू स्टडी द बिहेवियर, द फीलिंग, द पर्सनैलिटी ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल बाय यूजिंग हिज फ्रेम ऑफ रेफरेंस. नाउ लेट अस टॉक अबाउट एवोल्यूशन of Rogerian therapy, from techniques to relationship. With the publication in 1951 of his client-centered therapy, Rogers' approach progressed while still regaining his non-directive techniques. Rogers at this time was emphasizing on the importance of the client's perception, of therapeutically entering the client's world of subjective experience, and focusing on clients' perception of themselves, their lives, and their problems. Now, it so happened that in the year 1951, a book by Rogers, Client-Centered Therapy, was published. और इस बुक का फोकस इस तरफ था कि the therapist should try to utilize client's frame of reference and should try to focus on client's perception of themselves, their lives, their problems. That is, how an individual himself views and sees his problems, his life, and his self. That is, how do I perceive myself, my life, my problem. I perceive myself as a teacher. My life revolves around teaching, dealing with students, coming up with lectures, grading papers, setting papers, counseling students, carrying on and monitoring research projects, and the problems that I have. I'm not getting along with a student. So how do I view myself, my life, and my problems? And that is only possible if I can focus on my internal frame of reference and I try to view myself by using my frame of reference. Dear students, we are talking to you about Carl Rogers' person-centered approach, और हमने ये कहा कि person-centered approach में focus इस बात पे है कि the therapist or an individual should employ the client's frame of reference and try to study him from how would he be perceiving, interpreting his world. Client-centered approach has evolved to still another level. Now the focus was what conditions must be met before the client can begin to resolve his or her problem. As stated earlier, Rogers discovered that the relationship between therapist and client is the most important aspect underlying personality change. Rogers' changes in thinking in this regard represent a progressive evolution to a more comprehensive and meaningful level, and at present the label is person-centered therapy. जनाब, बात आपसे हो रही है पर्सन सेंटर्ड थेरेपी की, और हमने ये कहा कि पर्सन सेंटर्ड थेरेपी में रॉजर्स थिंक्स that client therapist relationship is the most important thing. If any change has to take place, if any improvement in the personality of the person or the client has to come in, then the relationship between client and therapist is very important. Even in our last lecture, we did say that the relationship between patient and therapist for Freud was also very important. और उसने भी आपको ट्रांसफरेंस, काउंटर, पॉजिटिव ट्रांसफरेंस, नेगेटिव ट्रांसफरेंस, काउंटर ट्रांसफरेंस का कॉन्सेप्ट दिया है. Similarly, for Rogers, if any improvement or positive change or any growth experience is to be experienced, well, it can only take place provided the relationship between the client and the therapist is very effective. अब जनाब हम चेंज लाना चाहते हैं क्लाइंट में, तो वो कौन से conditions हैं which are very essential. We'll talk about them. There are a number of conditions which are essential if we want to observe any change in our client. Rogers' ideas related to personality came from his clinical practice, just like that of Freud's and Kelly's. So for Rogers, therapy has always been very important to him, and his personality theory developed as he tried to understand the principles that were operating during the therapeutic process, and secondly, as he tried to be an effective therapist and counselor. तो जनाब, रॉजर्स की जो पर्सनैलिटी थ्योरी है, it emerges as a result of his clinical practice. बिल्कुल उसी तरह जिस तरह फ्रॉइड और कैली की थ्योरी जो हमारे सामने पर्सनल कंस्ट्रक्ट थ्योरी ऑफ कैली आएगी, वो similarly all these theories given to us by Rogers, Freud and Kelly, they are the result of their clinical practice. So most of the concepts related to Carl Rogers' personality theory comes out of his clinical practice, because he was very much involved as a clinician and he was closely observing the client-therapist relationship, and number two, when he was trying to be very effective as a therapist and as a counselor. Rogers' description of the therapeutic process has changed throughout his clinical practice. First, he referred to it as the non-directive approach, which focused on clients' ability to solve their own problems if they were given the proper atmosphere for doing so. जनाब, रॉजर्स की जो पर्सन सेंटर्ड थेरेपी है, it has changed a lot. Throughout his clinical practice, person centered therapy has changed a lot. सबसे पहले जो हमारे पास कॉन्सेप्ट आता है वो आता है नॉन डायरेक्टिव अप्रोच. दैट इज द थेरेपिस्ट हैज अ वेरी नॉन डायरेक्टिव, नॉन इन्फ्लुएंशियल रोल इन थेरेपी. और जो फ्रॉइड की थेरेपी साइको एनालिसिस है वो डायरेक्टिव है, जहाँ पे थेरेपिस्ट का बड़ा एक इन्फ्लुएंशियल स्ट्रॉन्ग रोल है. पर्सन सेंटर्ड अप्रोच में द थेरेपिस्ट हैज अ नॉन डायरेक्टिव अप्रोच. He simply has to provide the client with such an atmosphere or environment where the client is able to realize the problems he is facing, he is able to perceive himself better, and he is able to understand himself better. So सबसे पहले हमारे पास जो लेबल या नाम आता है वो आता है नॉन डायरेक्टिव अप्रोच का, जिसमें थेरेपिस्ट का जो रोल है इट इज नॉन डायरेक्टिव. ही सिंपली हैज टू प्रोवाइड ए कंड्यूसिव एनवायरनमेंट एटमॉस्फेयर टू द क्लाइंट वेयर द क्लाइंट इज एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड सॉल्व हिज प्रॉब्लम्स ऑन हिज ओन. द नेक्स्ट लेबल दैट ही गेव टू थेरेपी was client centered therapy, and now instead of providing an atmosphere where the client can solve his problems, now therapy was a joint venture where the client and the therapist were both involved. दूसरा लेबल हमारे पास, the second label that we get is client centered therapy. पहले non directive, फिर नंबर 2 client centered therapy. Now in client centered therapy, in this next second label, it was the client and the therapist who were both equally involved in the therapeutic process. यानी अब थेरेपिस्ट का रोल इतना नॉन डायरेक्टिव नहीं रहा, सिर्फ उसने क्लाइंट को एक कंड्यूसिव, एक फैसिलिटेटिंग एनवायरनमेंट ही सिर्फ प्रोवाइड नहीं करनी है, बट ही इज एन इक्वल पार्टनर in bringing about any change in the personality of the client. The third stage, the therapist actively tried to understand the client's phenomenological field or the internal frame of reference of the client, and it was labeled as the experiential phase. तीसरा लेबल हमारे पास आया जनाब, and that is labeled as the experiential phase. पहला आया नॉन डायरेक्टिव, दूसरा आया क्लाइंट सेंटर्ड थेरेपी, और तीसरा हमारे पास आया एक्सपीरियंशियल फेज. अब फोकस ये था कि द क्लाइंट शुड बी एबल, यूजिंग हिज ओन इंटरनल फ्रेम ऑफ रेफरेंस, should be able to focus on all the experiences that he or she has gone through in life. So this was now labeled as the experiential approach. Currently, the Rogerian thinking is labeled as the person-centered approach, and the emphasis is on the total person rather than looking at the person as merely as a student or as a client. The final label that we have is person-centered therapy or person-centered approach. Instead of merely taking the client or referring to him as a student or as a client, we refer to him as a person. और जब हम person की बात करते हैं तो we are focusing on the holistic approach. We are taking into account the integrated person, the whole individual, not just bits and pieces of his personality, but his total personality is taken into consideration. जनाब बात आपसे करेंगे पर्सन सेंटर्ड थेरेपी की, जिसमें हमने कहा कि सबसे पहले रॉजर्स ने उसे लेबल दिया नॉन डायरेक्टिव अप्रोच का, उसके बाद रॉजर्स ने उसे लेबल दिया क्लाइंट सेंटर्ड थेरेपी का, फिर एक्सपीरियंशियल फेज का लेबल आया, और द लास्ट एंड द करंट लेबल दैट वी यूज इज पर्सन सेंटर्ड थेरेपी और पर्सन सेंटर्ड अप्रोच. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट क्लाइंट सेंटर्ड थेरेपी, और हमने ये कहा कि देयर आर सर्टेन एसेंशियल कंडीशंस दैट रॉजर फील्स इज वेरी नेसेसरी फॉर थेरेपी. वो कंडीशंस क्या हैं? Conditions that Rogers feel is necessary for therapy. Number 1, the client and the therapist are in a psychological contact. Number 2, the client is in state of incongruence, so he is anxious. The therapist must show empathetic understanding of the client using client's frame of reference. Number 4, the therapist must give unconditional positive regard to the client. And number 5, the client must perceive that the therapist is giving him unconditional positive regard. जनाब बात आपसे हो रही है कि पर्सन सेंटर्ड अप्रोच, क्लाइंट सेंटर्ड अप्रोच, क्लाइंट सेंटर्ड थेरेपी, और हमने कहा कि रॉजर्स feels that there are some 5 conditions which must be met, which are necessary, essential for therapy. जिसमें से सबसे पहला ये है कि the client and the therapist are in psychological contact. They are in a psychological relationship. Number 2, the client is in state of incongruence. There are certain experiences which somehow are disowned by the client. So he is in state of incongruence. He is in state of anxiety. Number 3, the therapist has to show empathy. The therapist has to use client's frame of reference, and the therapist has to understand the client from client's point of view, what his problem is. उसके बाद हमने कहा कि the therapist must give unconditional positive regard to the client. वो client चाहे if he is a thief, he is a robber, or he is a president of the country, he is a client and he belongs to the human race, and he should be given positive regard, unconditional positive regard. No conditions should be imposed on that. Number 5, जब therapist क्लाइंट को अनकंडीशनल पॉजिटिव रिगार्ड दे रहा है, तो द क्लाइंट शुड बी एबल टू परसीव दैट ही इज गेटिंग अनकंडीशनल पॉजिटिव रिगार्ड फ्रॉम द थेरेपिस्ट. क्लाइंट को थेरेपिस्ट के बिहेवियर से, बॉडी लैंग्वेज से, उसकी टोन से, उसकी स्पीच से ये मैसेज मिलेगा कि ही इज गेटिंग अनकंडीशनल पॉजिटिव रिगार्ड. सो जनाब ये तो हैं वो 5 conditions which for Rogers is essential for therapy to take place or to be effective. Now, अगर ये 5 conditions, if these 5 conditions are being met, then the therapy will move in the desired direction and there will be certain changes which will be observed in the client. वो क्या changes हम client में देखेंगे? Number 1, client will express their feelings related to life with freedom. Number 2, clients become accurate in their description of their experiences. Number 3, clients detect the incongruity of their concept of self and experiences. Number 4, unconditional positive regard will allow them to experience incongruity without distorting or denying them. Number 5, clients will be aware of the feelings which have been denied or distorted in the past. Number 6, clients' concepts of self become reorganized and are able to include experiences previously denied. Number 7, clients are less threatened by experiences, which is that now they are less defensive. Number 8, clients experience themselves more and more. And number 9, therapy is successful when clients do not take into account conditions of work. And number 10, clients perceive therapists' unconditional positive regard. Dear students, we are talking to you about person-centered therapy और हमने ये कहा कि if therapy moves in the right direction, well, the clients are going to experience some very notable changes in them. Number 1, उन्हें ये पता चलेगा they'll be in a position to experience everything. They will not be denying or distorting experiences or feelings. और सबसे बड़ी बात ये कि they'll be focusing more and more on experience part. और सबसे बड़ी बात ये कि unconditional positive regard जिस किसी से भी उन्हें मिल रहा होगा, they'll be in a position to accept it, be aware of it and try to assimilate it in their personality. बात आपसे जनाब हो रही है कि कार्ल रॉजर्स की पर्सन सेंटर्ड अप्रोच की, सेल्फ थ्योरी ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी डेवलपमेंट की. Dear students, this is our lecture number 23 and in this lecture number 23 in your course of personality psychology, we are talking about Carl Rogers' self theory of personality और कार्ल रॉजर्स पर्सन सेंटर्ड अप्रोच और क्लाइंट सेंटर्ड अप्रोच और क्लाइंट सेंटर्ड थेरेपी. लेबल्स आपको बताए इसलिए जा रहे हैं कि देयर शुडंट बी एनी कंफ्यूजन एट द बैक ऑफ योर माइंड. स्किनर एंड रॉजर्स डिबेट ऑन September 4th, 1955. On September 4th, 1955, the members of American Psychological Association saw at their annual meeting in Chicago a debate between Rogers and Skinner. Rogers, representing the subjective approach and believed that humans are innately good, free to choose their destiny in life. Skinner, representing the objective approach and behavior, could be explained in terms of stimulus and response. Both men agreed that behavioral science was growing as a field which was a good science. Skinner emphasized on control of behavior from outside, whereas Rogers was of the opinion that such an environment should be created where humans feel free to self-actualize. Janab, September the 4th, 1955, a very important day. At the American Psychological Association, they held a meeting between two giants. Number 1, Carl Rogers, representing the client-centered approach, the person-centered approach, and Skinner, representing behavioristic school of thought. लोगों का ये ख्याल था कि ये दो मुख्तलिफ स्कूल ऑफ थॉट के जो इंडिविजुअल्स हैं, when they are going to meet, there is going to be a lot of debate, a lot of conflict, a lot of argument. But to their surprise, both men made certain agreements. सबसे पहले ये कि the behavioral science was moving, was progressing, जो एक बहुत अच्छी अलामत थी दोनों के लिए, दोनों ने उसे appreciate किया. Number 2, both were talking about controlling behavior. Skinner was of the view that behavior should be controlled from outside, that is external to the self. Rogers was of the view that such an environment and such an atmosphere should be created or provided to the individuals where they can self-actualize, where they can realize their potentials, where they become aware of their talents and use them in all areas of functioning. So it was one of a unique experience of two giants representing two different perspectives, two different schools of thought coming together on a stage arranged by American Psychological Association and trying to pool in their opinions. Audio-video recording of therapy sessions was started by Rogers so that students and trainees can benefit in training. It was a big breakthrough. Now therapists, with the consent of the clients, could record the therapy sessions. Dear students, we are talking to you about Carl Rogers person-centered theory. और हमने ये कहा कि एक बहुत बड़ा ब्रेक थ्रू ये मिला कि पहली दफ़ा ऑडियो वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग थेरेपी सेशंस की जो थी वो शुरू हुई, और ये जो ऑडियो वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग्स थी दे वर मेड पब्लिक एंड दे वर यूज्ड फॉर ट्रेनिंग स्टूडेंट्स and they were utilized in the best interest. Of course, जब भी आप अपने clients की psychotherapeutic sessions की audio video recordings करते हैं, it is always with their consent, and it is always with their consent and permission that they are made public. हर therapist कि ये work ethics में शामिल है कि जितने भी clients उसके पास आते हैं, all proceedings are kept confidential. लेकिन ये पहली दफा हुआ कि ऑडियो वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग्स विद द कंसेंट ऑफ द क्लाइंट्स वर मेड पब्लिक फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ ट्रेनिंग दोज हु वर इंटरेस्टेड इन बिकमिंग साइकोथेरेपिस्ट. Psychotherapy and gardening. Rogers' person-centered therapy reflects his image of human nature in general and role of the therapist in particular. One is tempted to draw an analogy between person-centered therapy and gardening. When one recalls Rogers' background in agriculture, the analogy becomes even more compelling. Concluding his acceptance speech for 1973 APA Distinguished Professional Contribution Award, Rogers drew the analogy for us. And then I garden. Those mornings when I cannot find time to inspect my flowers, water the young shoots, pull out a few weeds, spray some destructive chemicals on the insects, pour just the proper fertilizer on some budding plants, I feel cheated. My garden supplies the same intriguing question I have been trying to meet all my professional life. What are the effective conditions for growth? When with my patient, intelligent and understanding care, I have provided the conditions that result in the production of a rare or glorious bloom, I feel the same kind of satisfaction that I have felt in the facilitation of growth in a person or in a group of persons. Dear students, we are trying to go through an analogy between psychotherapy and gardening. जनाब, किस्सा मुख्तसर कुछ इस तरह है कि it was in 1973 that when Rogers was invited by APA to collect his Distinguished Professional Contribution Award, it was on this occasion that he drew an analogy, a similarity between psychotherapy and gardening. और ये बात समझना उस वक्त और भी आसान हो जाती है जब हम रॉजर्स के बायोग्राफिकल स्केच को देखते हैं, जहाँ पे हम देखते हैं कि ही हैड अ बैकग्राउंड इन एग्रीकल्चर, ही वाज वेरी मच इन्वॉल्व्ड इन एग्रीकल्चर. तो हम ये देखते हैं कि ही इज ट्राइंग टू से कि जस्ट एज इन गार्डनिंग सिमिलर इज द रोल ऑफ अ थेरेपिस्ट. तो वो ये कहता है कि जिस दिन मुझे वक्त नहीं मिलता कि मैं अपने पौधों को देखूं, उनको पानी दूं, कुछ जड़ी बूटियों को, जंगली जड़ी बूटियों को जमीन से निकाल के फेंक दूं, आई फील चीटेड आउट. और वो कौन से कंडीशंस हैं विच शुड बी प्रोवाइडेड फॉर इफेक्टिव ग्रोथ. तो वो कहते हैं कि जिस तरह मुझे अपने बाग में जब एक बहुत अच्छी किस्म का ग्लोरियस किस्म का ब्लूम मिल रहा हो, हर तरफ फूल ही फूल नजर आ रहे हो, बहुत खुशी महसूस होती है. बिल्कुल उसी तरह जब मैं एक इंडिविजुअल या एक ग्रुप ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स जो ठीक हो जाते हैं मेरे इलाज से, बिल्कुल वैसी ही खुशी मुझे उस वक्त मिलती है जिस तरह मैं कोई पौधे और फूल उगाता हूँ. सो ही इज ट्राइंग टू एस्टैब्लिश एन एनालॉजी दैट गार्डनिंग इज गुड फॉर मेंटल ग्रोथ. It facilitates mental growth. It provides you with an opportunity for mental growth. बिल्कुल उसी तरह जिस तरह सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइज करके सेल्फ ग्रोथ हो रही, साइकोथेरेपी करके सेल्फ ग्रोथ हो रही है, गार्डनिंग करने से भी somehow it provides an opportunity for self-growth. Dear students, we are talking to you about analogy that Rogers tried to establish between psychotherapy and garden. जनाब उसके बाद let us go through Rogers' concept of student-centered teaching program. Roger feels that the education system is in a poor shape and he criticized the American education system harshly. It treats the student as an object and the teacher as an authority figure. All information is to be given to a student in a highly structured environment. All students are eager to learn and they can learn and will learn when they are placed in a non-threatening environment which is characterized by unconditional positive regard. Learning will become faster and will be retained better if the material to be learned has personal relevance and significance for the student. The teacher is a facilitator of education who creates an atmosphere conducive to learning. Dear students, we are talking to you about Carl Rogers student-centered teaching program. हमने ये कहा कि Carl Rogers was highly critical and he bitterly criticized the American education system. He was highly dissatisfied with it. उसका ये ख्याल था कि इस एजुकेशन सिस्टम में स्टूडेंट को एक ऑब्जेक्ट, एक चीज के तौर पे लिया जाता है और टीचर को एक अथॉरिटी फिगर के तौर पे लिया जाता है और वो सारा मटेरियल जो है वो एक बड़ी स्ट्रक्चर्ड एनवायरनमेंट में दे दिया जाता है. स्टूडेंट को वो सारा मटेरियल एक हाईली स्ट्रक्चर्ड एनवायरनमेंट में दे दिया जाता है, जबकि उसका ख्याल ये है कि एवरी स्टूडेंट वांट्स टू लर्न एंड विल लर्न अगर उस मटेरियल को इस तरह स्टूडेंट को प्रोवाइड किया जाए कि देयर इज अ पार्टिसिपेशन ऑन द पार्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट. नंबर 2, it is this material is given in a non-threatening environment, यानी टीचर और स्टूडेंट के दरमियान there should be a working relationship, a good working relationship. टीचर को स्टूडेंट का इंटरनल फ्रेम ऑफ रेफरेंस इस्तेमाल करते हुए समझना चाहिए what are the needs of the student, how and where I can help the student, and that will be best if the teacher can provide unconditional positive regard and the student is able to perceive this unconditional positive regard. और अगर वो teaching material दिया जाता है which has relevance to the student needs, well, the student is going to learn it faster, retain it for a longer period of time, and it's going to benefit him in his practical life. So I'm certain, I bet that you like this very much, that the teacher should not be an authority figure. Teacher should be a facilitator who creates such an environment where students feel relaxed, they are able to learn and they are able to retain that material. तो जनाब ये वो स्टूडेंट सेंटर्ड टीचिंग प्रोग्राम, ये वो फोकस है जो हर स्टूडेंट को बहुत अच्छा लगता है और ये वो कॉन्सेप्ट है जिसकी वजह से रॉजर्स आपको याद रहेगा. स्टूडेंट सेंटर्ड टीचिंग. रॉजर्स इज ऑफ द ओपिनियन दैट एजुकेशन सिस्टम इज बेस्ड ऑन फॉल्टी assumptions about the learner who must be given huge information. Number 2, without any active participation on part of the learner. एंड नंबर 3, बहुत अहम बात यह कि टीचर का रोल फैसिलिटेटर वाला होना चाहिए, अथॉरिटी फिगर नहीं. तो जनाब जब हम स्टूडेंट सेंटर टीचिंग प्रोग्राम की बात करते हैं तो सबसे पहली बात ये कि द टीचर शुड नॉट बी ट्रीटेड एज एन अथॉरिटी फिगर, नाइदर द स्टूडेंट एज एन ऑब्जेक्ट. दोनों के दरमियान एक ऐसा इन्वायरमेंट हो जिसमें दोनों बोथ आर एबल टू डेवलप अ वर्किंग रिलेशनशिप, and the syllabi and the learning material should have relevance for the student. So dear students, this is as far as student-centered teaching program, which is an outgrowth of person-centered therapy और person-centered approach is concerned. और ये वो इसकी relevance बहुत है. उसकी वजह ये है कि every teacher wants के हर मटेरियल जो वो पढ़ा रहा है वो स्टूडेंट रिटेन करे, उसके लिए रेलेवेंस हो, और इट शुड बी यूज्ड इन हिज प्रैक्टिकल एवरीडे लाइफ. जनाब, लेट अस गो थ्रू द समरी ऑफ कार्ल रॉजर्स अप्रोच. Summary: reflecting a close affinity with humanistic psychology, that the innermost core of human nature is purposive and trustworthy. These basic attributes of human nature will surface if the proper conditions encourage the fulfillment of individuals' innate potential. In Rogers' system, all human motives are under one single motive, the actualizing tendency. The innate tendency of individual to actualize, maintain and enhance. Within the context of humanistic movement, Rogers' particular theoretical position is phenomenological. He holds that the only reality from person's perceptual is subjective reality, the person's private world of experience, and central to that subjective world is the concept of self, Rogers' most important personological construct. In his system, elements important in self-concept development are the need for positive regard, conditions of worth, and unconditional positive regard. जनाब, बात आपसे हो रही है कार्ल रॉजर्स की सिस्टम की, जिसमें हमने कहा फोकस इज ऑन ह्यूमनिस्टिक पर्सपेक्टिव, दैट इज ह्यूमंस बाय नेचर आर पर्पसिव, पॉजिटिव, and they have got positive tendencies. Number 2, focus is on using internal frame of reference. That is, if we want to understand an individual, we got to have empathy, put ourselves in that individual's position and try to study him, how he thinks, feels and acts. Number 3, there are certain concepts which are very important for Rogers, जिस तरह unconditional need for positive regard, unconditional positive regard and fully functioning person. ये वो concepts हैं which are very important. जनाब, बात आपसे हो रही है कार्ल रॉजर्स की person centered approach की, और हमने ये कहा कि this approach is very important, it is very relevant, और there are concepts which somehow are very much related to every person. Now let us evaluate this theory. Evaluation. It is a phenomenological and humanistic. Number 2, the focus is on unconditional positive regard. Number 3, the development of person-centered therapy. Number 4, the emphasis on student-centered teaching approach. और student-centered teaching approach में students should have freedom to learn. And number 2, role of a teacher as facilitator. बात आपसे हो रही है जनाब कार्ल रॉजर्स की थ्योरी की, और उसमें हम एवेलुएट करें इसकी थ्योरी को. हमने कहा इट इज फिनोमेनोलॉजिकल एंड ह्यूमनिस्टिक. फोकस तमाम आपकी चीज़ों की, आपके अंदर जितने पॉजिटिव पोटेंशियल्स हैं उनके बारे में. नंबर 2, यूजिंग एंड अ क्लाइंट्स इंटरनल फ्रेम ऑफ रेफरेंस. इस थ्योरी में बहुत फोकस है जी अनकंडीशनल पॉजिटिव रिगार्ड. Admiring, loving, taking care of an individual simply because the fact that he or she belongs to the human race. हमने कहा इस अप्रोच में से हमारे सामने आती है पर्सन सेंटर्ड थेरेपी which is used for treating different psychopathologies. स्टूडेंट सेंटर्ड टीचिंग प्रोग्राम, और स्टूडेंट सेंटर्ड टीचिंग प्रोग्राम में फोकस दो चीज़ों के ऊपर है. Students should have freedom to learn, and number 2, the role of the teacher as a facilitator, not as an authority figure. ऐसे ना लगे कि वो उस्ताद नहीं, कोई जल्लाद या कोई जाबिर और सख्त किस्म का इंडिविजुअल आगे, बल्कि a facilitator who helps the student in understanding different concepts and things. Dear students, हमने जब कार्ल रॉजर्स की थ्योरी शुरू की थी तो हमने कहा था कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऐसे हैं जो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग हैं, जो आपने चाहे नफ्सियात पढ़ी है या आपने नफ्सियात नहीं पढ़ी, इवन देन यू लाइक इट. तो वो है उसमें पॉजिटिव नीड फॉर पॉजिटिव रिगार्ड. नंबर 2, अनकंडीशनल पॉजिटिव रिगार्ड. फिर हमारे पास जो पर्सन सेंटर्ड थेरेपी है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. और चौथी चीज स्टूडेंट सेंटर्ड टीचिंग, यानी हम जो कुछ पढ़ाना चाह रहे हैं बच्चों को, अगर उनकी नीड्स को और उसकी रेलेवेंस को स्टूडेंट्स के लिए क्या है सामने रख के बनाया जाएगा, तो दैट विल ऑलवेज बी इफेक्टिव. Dear students, that brings us to the end of our lecture number 23. और इस लेक्चर की एंड से we are coming to an end of person-centered theory of Carl Rogers. We'll begin with a new theory in the next lecture. I hope you have enjoyed listening to this theory. Please go through the PowerPoint slides and the Word document that is available on the web page of Personality Psychology. Do write to us. Keep in touch with us. Take very good care of yourself. Hope to see you in the next lecture. Khuda Hafiz.